one. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Poké Hype Live. Today, we're going to be focusing a lot about art. We got a few of the artists here in the Poké Hype house. Starting off with myself, Yo Barry Yo. Also with me, we have Meal Dog Tattoos, Poké Paint Cards, and Manny Simone Cards as well. I got mixed up, Poké Paint Cards and Manny Simone Cards. So many cards. But before we get started, let's just go ahead. A little quick introduction about who we are, what type of art we do. Starting off with Meal Dog.
Hi, I'm Amelia, also a Meal Dog, and I'm a tattoo artist based out of Philly, PA. So, yeah.
Awesome. Poké Paints Cards.
Hey, so I'm Poké Paints Cards. Big shock, I paint Pokemon cards, guys.
Would not have guessed that one.
I know.
And Manny Simone Cards.
Hey, what's up? I'm Manny. I do digital and traditional arts.
Awesome. And I'm Yo Barry Yo, and I also paint Pokemon cards. So we got several different things. We got Pokemon card artists, tattoo artists, digital artists, but the one thing we have in common is the art we do is Pokemon art. So we can start off our discussion on why Pokemon art. What made us want to do Pokemon art? Anybody can take it from there.
I'd say, I guess for me, I always, like, my brother and I, whenever we were younger, we used to always draw Pokemon. So that's kind of where it started off, because it was like a common ground for us. Like, Pokemon was always a common ground between my brother and I. And so whenever I was thinking about painting, whenever I was like older and stuff like that, I saw somebody painting on cards, and that was Pokemon. I was like, oh, that takes like two of my hobbies, my creative and like my video game loving side, and just like meshes them together. So it's just like the most inspirational, I guess, and fun for me.
Yeah, I feel
That's
that.
Cool.
Yo, dog.
I was gonna say, I have the same sentiment. Like, I remember trying to draw it as a kid, and now that I find those pictures, it's ridiculous, but it was definitely a great foundation, and it's just so fun. Like, I don't know, there's a lot of like really badass, tough imagery in tattooing, and it definitely has its place, and it's really cool. But at the same time, like, it's nice to see like me and a lot of other tattooers leaning towards the more wholesome side of, Pokemon subject matter. It's so fun. It's so colorful. It can be really dynamic. You can play with emotion of them. It's just so fun. I can't help myself.
What about you, Manny?
Yeah, for me, I had a Pokemon TikToks where I would open cards, and I was an artist, so just
two and two together.
Yeah, the people following me are into Pokemon, so why not just do Pokemon artwork for the views?
That's it, the views. Meal Dog, because you do Pokemon tattoos, was there a reason you wanted to go into doing Pokemon tattoos?
It's just, I don't know. I wanted so badly to find some kind of niche to do, because I felt like I was really all over the place, and like people would ask me for anything, and I realized I didn't enjoy doing everything. Like, I enjoy the people behind every tattoo I do, but like the subject matter, when it's fun, it just makes it so much better. And I feel like my quality of work has improved because I'm having a good time with it. So that was massive. And I'm like, okay, I'm rolling with this because I'm having a blast. So yeah,
that's cool. And for me, with painting Pokemon cards, because I got into that from watching a TikTok, the username, man, I'm drawing a blank. But
I know who it is.
Yeah,
too, but
help me out, Manny.
I can't remember.
This is bad.
Wait, okay, can you describe it? Maybe I can help.
He's the one with 1 million followers.
Oh,
and he just
Pokemon
paints
card art.
Why did I draw a blank on that?
That's your guy.
Today's been rough. Today's been like
dude.
Today's been a
That's your
rough day.
boy.
Yeah. So today's been a rough day. I saw a TikTok for Pokemon card art and who was painting Pokemon cards. And for me, I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. And I just started getting into the Pokemon TCG last summer, and I just wanted to give that a try. And so that was really how I got into the Pokemon card art. What was your story at Poke Paints cards?
So it was interesting. I kind of chose like Pokemon card art as like a bit of an escape in a sense. Like whenever I was going through university, I was working like multiple jobs and just like killing myself over it. And so I like ended up quitting a job and being like, I need a hobby now because I had nothing for like me, right? And I saw Lanumbra, not sure, but like Lanumbra's another huge like card artist, especially on Instagram. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have so many like bulk cards from when I was a kid. Let me try it. So I grabbed like a snow run card and I tried it. And I mean, it wasn't the ugliest thing, but I had fun with it. And it just took off from there, I guess. Like just getting better and better each time because I was no painter at all before. So yeah, that's like my little origin story.
And painting Pokemon cards is like really a ton of fun. Somebody who else painted Pokemon cards for a short period of time, Manny. He doesn't really do it anymore, but
No.
when he did, I tell you, he was killing it. And,
Thank you.
But
thank
he
you.
just stopped. But like I feel like he does like you do like so much art stuff. Do you have like a favorite style, I guess?
Yeah. Well, back to the painting the cards. It's deceptively hard. Like it's harder than it looks, especially with the layering. Like when you first start, the paint's not really sticking, and you don't know how to freaking do it. So it took practice. I got it from you, Barry. I saw you doing it, and I was like, I can do this.
If Barry could do it, I could do it.
So I had some success with it with the videos. Some of them blew up really well. But then I just got over it. I didn't want to do it anymore, so moved on to the next thing. But my favorite stuff is I do a lot of different things, but I guess it's like the ink wash kind of paint style where you take water and ink and you can water down the black ink and make it more runny. And I love doing it traditionally. The digital stuff is tough. It's not as comfortable for me because I have a tablet and I'm more stiff when I'm doing it digitally. But when it's on paper and on the desk, I can kind of lean over it and it's more comfortable for me, more fun. I have admiration for like the Gen 1 cards and the watercolor style, the traditional style, and that's something I'm trying to get better at and learn. I just adopted watercolors and I've been doing that and actually doing a commission right now for a friend. He's doing like a Batman Red X thing.
Yo,
But I'm
that's
gonna
sweet.
That's cool.
I'm gonna paint it with watercolor and kind of do like splatter paint and hopefully it comes out good. But that's what I'm really digging right now. Is the traditional watercolor or ink wash paintings.
Nice. So yeah, we got like a whole bunch of different things like we mentioned before going around. But for me, I'm struggling right now. I don't know for you guys, is art block. I haven't painted a card in like probably a month. I don't know how you guys deal with it. Do you have any ways to help with the art block situations?
Well, hold on. Is it art block or you're just not into it?
No, I'm into it. Because I think you can kind of get, but because I want to paint a card, like, and I'll sit going through all my cards. I just can't paint anything.
Maybe you should try like a different medium, like do the same stuff that you usually do. Like I know you use different items to paint cards, but maybe try like a different medium on a different surface or something. That's the thing. Whenever I have art block, I'm like, well, let me do like the same thing that I do, but with a different thing. And then I can usually jump back to my usual medium and be like, all right, like I'm kind of refreshed on like why I enjoy this.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. Especially like I'll be painting cards, and a lot of times like it's cards for other people, which I love being able to do, but I never get to paint something that I personally want to do. And so what I recently started doing was trying to paint something for me and learning something for me. And so I've been I can pull it up. I've been working on a portrait, which I'm like, this is new for me, but like it's so different, and like being able to like try something new like this has been something. Thank you. It's something new, and I can step away from having to paint cards. So whenever I'm like done with one thing, then I feel refreshed and able to go to another one and be like inspired.
And going off of that, I agree with that. Switching it up, trying something different, because I was starting to have a little art block and around around like September or something, and then when I saw one of your videos, Poké Paints, the partial painted card, and it really just gave me a new spark to paint. It's still painting a card, but it's doing it completely different, and it gave me so much motivation to. I painted so many partial art cards. I was painting them like once a day, but then that slowly, like I was like, I guess not necessarily. I maybe got burned out on it because I did it too much. But now I'm trying to find that new spark again. Manny, what has been any techniques or anything you did to help out with these situations?
I'm trying to understand you better. So you still want to paint cards? You're just not. But
I just can't paint cards.
But you can't. It sounds like you don't. It sounds like you don't want to, because if you have hundreds of cards, just pick one up and paint. Well, I think it sounds like you're just not into it anymore. So you're trying to find a different path to doing art that's not the same old that you've been doing. You want something different.
Maybe we're finding something out together here.
Like
this is I'm gonna change the title to this video is Yo realizes he doesn't want to paint cards again.
So that's what I'm thinking. Like they say, try something different. Like they're saying, but I would start making your own card art, like your own environments and settings with a Pokemon in it. You use your same acrylic paints or try watercolors, but you're a very brave artist with the things you attempt. You have like no conscience when you're going for things, which is amazing. A lot of artists lack that. So I would take that with a different medium and go nuts, go crazy. Don't aim for perfection. Just aim to have fun and try something different. Watercolor is very fun.
I could show one thing. Another thing that I did differently to like kind of spice things up was painting Manny onto a card.
Love it.
There it is right there. And I can't say, but I did another one. I can't say anything right now.
I know who it is.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But I want to do some more of those. Those are cool. And they're different.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never like seen anything like that before on card art. So it's awesome.
Yeah, definitely jazz it up, because I mean, even looking at like a card art, it seems kind of limiting sometimes. You have no idea what kind of environment to make of it. Like you're kind of limited by what's already there a lot of times. So I can see that. Make your own stuff. Yeah, just have that original aspect to it. I think you're gonna really enjoy that.
If you're trying to stick to the card art, maybe just like flip the card over and paint a whole thing on the back. Maybe like if it's a Pikachu card, paint a whole Pikachu on the back of it with a background on it and cover the whole back and make it your own like kind of canvas. And so it's not even a recognizable card, but it still is on a card. If you're trying to stick with the whole card thing, that's something I haven't seen you do. Just an idea.
I like how this all turned towards me.
Hey, we're helping you out. We got to do that.
Hey, but that's all. I mean, that's really what it is. And this really, anybody could take this advice and utilize that to any type of art they're doing, because everybody's going to come into the same situation where there's art block or they're slowly realizing maybe I don't want to do this anymore. Maybe I want to try something different. And that's really what it comes down to.
Exactly. Barry, I mean, in the chat, they have a ton of suggestions for you. They're going off right now.
Yeah.
We have some questions too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, where was it? I lost it.
Turn that volume down.
I think
that was me.
Real pro over here.
Chat.
Put me on a go-go. Oh my gosh. Scully wants me painted on a card. See, there you go. You have options.
But I mean, we're focusing on more on me, but again, this is for anybody. And what was your biggest advice, if anybody has it, with doing any type of artwork? Anybody has like some advice they would like to share?
Yes, for the fundamentals is very, 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 very important. As a kid, teenager, high schooler, young adult, I didn't know about the fundamentals of art. Didn't know what they were. Um, Even if I did, maybe I probably wouldn't have been seeking it out to get better. But it's highly, highly important to get better at art, because it teaches you a different way of thinking when you're about drawing. I kind of equate it to kind of math. Like, people think they can't draw. If they're bad, they think that, oh, I'm just not born to be an artist. But anyone can draw, because there's like steps to it. There's things to think about, things to apply. Like, anyone can draw, and become a good artist. But fundamentals, either take online courses. I took there's a site called Schoolism. Some of like the top artists of the world have classes on that site, and I started learning from them. There's thousands of YouTube videos, but the fundamentals: shadow, light, shape, form, just a bunch of stuff, bunch of anatomy. Like, you got to start from the bottom, and it's gonna level you up so much. It's gonna blow your mind, but you have to stick with it, because it's not fun. I'll tell you that. It's not. It's work, but it'll pay off if you stick with it. That's my
Well,
advice.
that's the thing. Like, I cringe a little bit sometimes. It's very sweet, but when people are like, "Oh, you're so talented," like, I kind of don't like the word talented, because I feel like being a good artist is just a lot of time and work. And I feel like when you say like, "Oh, you're talented," it kind of discredits like all the really hard work someone's put into building that, because like we all start from ground zero. Nobody's born really good at art. So that's the thing, like, you just have to keep doing it. It's just a consistency thing. And like, luckily how I grew up, I had a lot of time to like sit and focus on it, which really helped. But like, at the same time, everybody's progress isn't linear with art. Like, everybody's so different. Like, I've been tattooing for 6 years, and I see other tattooers' quality of work maybe at like 2-3 years, and we're like about the same. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, some people just like get it real quick, and it can be disheartening, but like, think about how cool that is, because it's like possible. Like, if you just keep working for it, you can get there. No problem. It's just consistency.
Definitely. You have to really keep going with it. I find, like, I personally was never somebody like that was a super visual arts kid at all. And so whenever I started it, and like anytime I used to be like super discouraged, but you just keep with it. And you, like, for me, what helped was to just have it as something that's fun for me at first, not trying to focus so much on it being perfect. And then as you do it more and you practice more, you find an art style that works for you, and you can be inspired by other people with similar art styles, or and you can learn from them as well. And then that learning and like having fun just kind of meshes together, and you're able to keep up with it and produce work that like you're proud of and stuff. But it is, like you said, it is work, and it doesn't just come from like thin air. Like, I wish sometimes, but it's work, but fun work.
But that's it. I mean, you have to work at it every day, and you're going to get better over time. And like Mio Dog said, some people, it comes faster than some people. You just can't let that get to you and make you discouraged. You just got to keep going at it and trying at it every single day, trying different things and to really advance yourself. Another advice that I would like to share with everybody is to, like, you don't have to have the most expensive tools to do art. That's a big thing. You don't have to have a $2,000 iPad to do digital art, or, with me, with my painted cards, I literally use 50-cent bottles of paint from Walmart. Like, you can get a pencil and a piece of paper and you could do it. So that's, you don't have to have the most expensive things to practice and to get better.
Yeah, if you don't know what to practice, go on YouTube, man. They have homework assignments and tutorials. Just do what they tell you to do, and put in the work. It's a great resource. But yeah, a lot of good advice.
Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
No, just back to what Poké Paints was saying. Yeah, you have to be brave about it. Like, don't aim for perfection, because that's gonna really slow you down. it slowed me down because you're gonna do less work because you're so tight and trying to make everything perfect. But you want to aim for quantity at the beginning. So go nuts, go crazy, be loose about it. You're gonna do more, and it's gonna be more experience, more practice. Go ahead, Meal Dog.
I know what Barry said about not even having to use the most expensive equipment or tools. It makes me think a lot of like really big name tattooers right now have been doing this thing where they go on like, I don't recommend this, by the way, to the public. So I don't think that's what's happening, but I'm just making a point. These big time tattooers have been going on Amazon and Wish and getting like $15 tattoo machines. And you know, they'll put like a picture of what they did with their $500 machine next to the one they did with the $15 one. And like, you can't tell the difference. And that goes back to like, if you're good and you're confident and you like, you know, you're just like in a flow state, like you're going to make it work. It's going to work. It's funny because a lot of people, at least a lot of tattooers I know, think that if you buy the most expensive thing, you're automatically good. And they're usually not. So that's usually an ego thing. So, but it makes a point.
Yeah, it's all about skills. Like Barry was saying, you can just take a pencil and you can make a masterpiece just with a pencil if you understand shadow and light and anatomy and whatever you're focusing on. Maybe you're doing a building or an animal, whatever. If you know anatomy and you know how light bounces off and curves around the forms, and you can make a realism with just a pencil.
Mhm.
Nice. I mean, we can go to the chat if anybody has any questions while we kind of went through.
Ivy asked, what's your favorite Pokemon to draw or paint or tattoo or whatever,
Oh, that's
whatever
a
you
good
do?
one.
Poké paints?
Oh, you got me thinking. I don't know. That's tough. I mean, if I'm thinking back to like ones that I have done, Psyduck, I painted a Psyduck and I made it like a punk rock Psyduck, and ever since then I was like, yeah, this is sweet. Like, so I think
I
Psyduck,
loved how that card turned out.
thank you. Psyduck has a special place in my heart now, and anytime I get to do like a Psyduck card and stuff, I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Oh man. I'm gonna have, so my favorite Pokemon is Sylveon, but somehow I've never tattooed a Sylveon before. I don't know why everybody's sleeping on
Really?
that. If you're in the chat right now, come on down. No, but my favorite Pokemon that I've tattooed multiple times now is it's tough. It's a tie between Shiny Rayquaza and Shiny Charizard. I've done a lot of those, and like it is so fun. It's so fun because I'm like a big shiny hunter. That's like my thing with Pokemon. I want to shiny hunt. So I get to shiny hunt on people's bodies, like tattoos. It's crazy. But yeah, I think Rayquaza wins that one. He's so cool. He's so badass.
I know, right?
So for me, my favorite Pokemon is Lugia, and of course, I love painting Lugia cards. But if I had to be completely honest on which cards, I mean, this is not like my favorite Pokemon to paint, but my favorite cards to paint are actually trainer cards, because not a lot of people are painting those.
That's true.
Why trainer cards though?
I don't know. I guess the challenge of painting people.
Yeah.
And my favorite trainer card that I painted so far was probably Mullane for the voice actor Mullane.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's wicked.
Barrett Letty.
Yeah, Barrett Letty. He commented on my video to paint his trainer card, so I did it for him.
Oh,
We love us some Barrett Letty. We're gonna have him on at some point.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Manny? What's your favorite?
I don't really have a favorite. On live streams, I'll just take requests of whatever you want me to draw. I'll draw. So most Pokemon are pretty easy. Like they're just like easy shapes, and there's some complicated ones, but I don't know. No, there's nothing specific. Mimikyu, I like. It's like it's simple but creepy, and I like doing the bends of the ears and the wrinkles and the and whatever it's wearing, the human skin it's wearing. I don't know what it's wearing. It's like freaking Leatherface, but the Pokemon version. It's terrifying.
You're not wrong.
But
Does anybody have like
Throw 'em in the
a,
queue.
a favorite piece they did before?
there's this Charizard I did that I really like that I don't have on me because you did not prepare me for this question.
I know. I need
But
to know.
it's a shiny Charizard, but really muscular and like veins are popping out, and like he's spitting fire, and like I did the shadow and lighting really good, where it's like the back of him is like really dark, but the fire is lighting up the front of him. I sold prints of those at a Pokemon convention I went to. Dang, I wish I had that on me.
It's so hard to name like a favorite. But I would say one of my most favorite recent like cards that I've done, it was a Metagross, a holographic card from I think like EX Deoxys, I think that's the set it was from. I was so thrown off because holo cards are intimidating. Like you
Yes.
cannot blend in holo. It does not work. Like I don't want to see a border. So hard. And so I thankfully was able to figure out a way to make it work so that like only the mountains, like I had to like go around everything and make sure that it was only these mountains that showed, and I had to cover up certain edges with rocks, and it just ended up working out. So I was just like super stoked about it. And then the person that was commissioning it from me, his name was Andy, and I was trying to figure out something for like the foreground. And so what I did, it was a bunch of unknown running away from Metagross, but I had it spell out his name. So it was an A, an N, a D, and a
That's
Y.
cool.
So I was like, this kind of worked out.
That's cool.
Thank you. What about you guys?
I
You
think
got
my
a favorite?
Love to go.
My recent favorite is that Shadow Lugia I got to tattoo.
That one was awesome.
Thank you. That's like my boy from my childhood. My heart was so happy.
XD Gale of Darkness.
Yes. I am so upset that they can't legally bring that Shadow Lugia back.
Why is that?
So the studio that made XD Gale of Darkness, they work on a couple Pokemon games, but not well-known ones. So they own like the rights to Shadow Lugia that looks like all purple and black. But like something with that and the actual Pokemon company, like just that studio, Genius Sonority, they just own that. And I'm like, I'm gonna break into your studio and steal the file and give him back to the people. So yeah, that was really cool. That like gave my inner child a big boost.
I don't get that because they didn't make the Pokemon. It's Lugia. Just because they colored it differently, how do they own the rights to it?
Dude, I hate copywriting stuff. I don't know, but that's all. I did like a bunch of research on it because I was like, there's got to be some way for us to get this back, and they're like holding on to that design for dear life. So
Like, I feel like that wouldn't work on Marvel. Like if someone made a Spider-Man wearing a pink Spider-Man outfit, I think Marvel would find a way to get the rights to that.
Also,
Yeah.
maybe it's because it's the name that's different. It's specifically Shadow Lugia, and so I think maybe that's their loophole to be kind of like, okay, this is specifically ours.
Maybe.
Pokemon. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
And speaking of Lugia, so my favorite thing that I made was a painted Lugia card. I don't have it with me because I sent it in to get into a graded slab. Still waiting for them to get back.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's so
and
cool.
I'm so happy that I still have that card because at the beginning when I was painting cards, I was selling like pretty much all of my cards, and I love that card. And as soon as I finished it, I put it up to my site to sell. And as soon as I posted it, I started regretting it. It's like, oh no, I don't want to sell this one. So like I immediately took it down. I was like, I am never getting rid of this card. So, there's a Charizard I painted.
That's so wicked.
Barry made this and sent it to me. Thank you, Barry.
Oh,
I didn't know you could get like painted cards graded.
Yeah,
That's
this is a
Smaller
TGA
company, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, guys, I found some Pokemon artwork. Let's see.
Ooh. Okay.
Let's see if it shows up. Not really.
Oh yeah, I love that one.
That is wicked. It's
You can't-
Greninja.
You can't see it, but
Oh, that's so cute.
like a Squirtle Thor, Lucario.
Oh, I like that one.
Oh, Magikarp and Sharpedo.
I love that
Magikarp.
one. That one's great. That one makes me sad. The Giovanni one. It's very good, but it makes me very sad, Manny. I can't look at it too long.
That
Oh, I
was
just realized.
like baby Mewtwo, all sad.
Yeah.
But that's the Charizard I was talking about right there.
Okay, yeah, no, that is so dope. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jeez, y'all are so talented. But also gifted. Like you've worked hard with it, but like, dang.
We just talked about this. It's skill, not talent.
No, I just
Develop
woke up
your
one day and I
talent.
just started painting cards. It just comes natural.
Am I
I'm
freezing?
terrible. Just shame on me.
Everything we mentioned before was a sham. We're just natural born artists.
It was a lie.
Yeah, I just exposed you guys. Damn it. I was keeping it up so well before.
Hey, Meal Dog. Meal Dog. Spats wants to know: is it terrifying putting art on people's bodies because of the fear of messing up?
No, I don't get anxious about that anymore. I get anxious about people not liking the design I have ready for them. That's what hurts the most. And also, like, I don't know, the way I do art and the way I tattoo, honestly, like, when there's like little things that could get iffy detail wise, I do it in such a way that if I need to just go over it or shade over it, we're good. Like, you have to, I don't know, I like preemptively like think about like, how can I fix this if this goes wrong, and how can I make this so that nobody notices? It doesn't happen a lot, but like with any art, there's little things that just happen. You're like, all right, I'm gonna handle this, it's fine. But I don't really, and I don't do a lot of like script work. Like I don't do a lot of word stuff. So, and that's where most tattooing error happens. So yeah, I lucked out like niche wise. I'm like, yeah, I usually don't do words. Don't ask me to. And if I do, I'm like, you got to double check that like 3 times because that's not on me at that point. That's on you. So, but no, the scariest part is just like making people happy with the imagery, I think. And I can't even imagine what that feels like when it comes to card art, because that's also like pretty, not that it's necessarily permanent, but like at a certain point you change the card so much that you can't really go back if someone's like, I hate it. like have any of you ever had that happen with the cards?
Well, there's times where, oh my goodness. So because I do, like I've mentioned before, majority of it is commission work for me. So it's everything that the other person wants and the kitchen sink. And so I was doing this Charizard card, and I've painted the Vivid Voltage Charizard like 12 million times, I swear. And so I had this idea one time that I would have, because they were like, you have complete free reign, pretty much, like, just make it look like he's on like some like lava planet and we're good. I'm like, sweet. And so I had it kind of set like that, and then I thought, hey, this would be super cute. I'm gonna add a little Charmander. He's gonna be peeking over like a little rock and watching Leon and Charizard battle, kind of like a cute little story. So I spent so much time on this Charizard and on this little Charmander, and like making all like the shadows and stuff because the flames are going. And I sent them the finished product. Like, I was so proud of it, and they're like, can you get rid of the Charmander and like redo the foreground? It's distracting. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And so at that point, because also now this Charmander has more layers on it than the rest of the card.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly bent enough. So you have to paint over and over and over and over. Like, I spent like definitely like an extra 2-3 hours on that card. I was so upset.
That sucks.
Yeah. Oh well. That's what it is.
That's the thing though. I find that it's the people that are like complete freedom. They're like, actually not that.
You're just like, Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Like, all right then.
Bite your tongue and just go with it.
I think that's probably one of the reasons why I never done commissions, because I just kind of did my own thing. I painted the cards I wanted to paint, and I painted them how I wanted to paint them, and then I just posted those cards for people to purchase. I think it was easier to do it like that than to someone to say, I want you to paint this specific card like this. It would be for me too much pressure, and I'll get it wrong every single time.
Yeah, honestly,
there is a lot of pressure, yeah, with commissions for sure. I've never had anyone like give me any negative feedback. I've done ones where I didn't like the outcome. Like there was this Vaporeon one. This guy from the UK found me on TikTok, and he's like, he wanted this kind of marijuana themed Vaporeon, so but the original like jungle version, and I really didn't know how to incorporate that. So it was a weird kind of. I tried to do like a psychedelic background design, and it didn't look really good to me. But the guy was happy with it. So and I sent him like some extra like simple painted Vaporeon cards that like I had laying around, like some like damaged ones. So I just like did some simple paintings on them and sent them to him for free to make up for the actual commission. But he didn't say anything about it, so I guess he liked it.
That's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, the artist is always like pretty hard on themselves. So like things that we notice the average person doesn't usually see.
That's very true. Very true.
Except for Charmander's behind rocks.
You must have felt so bad.
I felt terrible because I was like, it's funny because I even sent it to my mom. I was like, Mom, look at this. I'm so excited to show this person. And I just like sometimes whenever you're dealing with somebody who's what they're gonna probably ask you to add like something or change a little something. Totally cool, totally fine. And even this instance was totally fine, but I felt so confident too that all of a sudden it was just like my hopes and dreams and happiness were here, and it just got right down.
Yeah, you would think a Charizard fan would like a Charmander in the picture. Like that's my favorite Pokemon is Charizard, so I wouldn't have mind that. But
yeah, oh well, I mean, it is what it is, and I mean they were happy with it afterwards, so that's what matters.
So you just painted over it, like you didn't like try like just taking the paint off?
So it's easier to add on extra paint as opposed to taking off, because as soon as you take it off, then you're still building up layers again to what else is around it, and a lot of times it leaves like this awkward like line
like a dip.
And so it's a lot easier to just kind of paint over and like mask it. I masked it with some darker colors to kind of take away from some of the imperfection, but yeah.
So that was kind of a bad story. Does anybody got like a really cool, awesome art related story they would like to share? I mean, it was a good story, but I mean, like a more positive story. Anybody has one of those?
Well, it's
I can share.
The same token that you get people that are like, I don't like it. I feel like I've gotten so many more people that are like, oh my God, that's so sick. And I'm like, really? You like it? You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I understood the assignment. That's so nice. That is the best feeling ever. Especially because, I spend a lot of time. Every artist spends a lot of time second guessing and just staring at it, being like, I hate it. So when you kind of are on the edge and somebody's like screaming because they love it, that is like the best feeling ever.
That is my coolest story that I have art related was because I mentioned earlier how I got into painting Pokemon cards from watching a Pokemon card art TikTok, and I think a couple months down the line, he actually ended up following me back on TikTok. And then just randomly one day he sent me a DM asking he wanted to do a collab, like a blindfolded painting collab. So that was like the coolest thing ever, because I was doing challenges and he was my inspiration for actually starting painting Pokemon cards. So just the fact of him DMing me and wanted to do a blindfolded paint contest was like the coolest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Kind of like a full circle type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good for you.
Anybody else?
I don't recall ever seeing this collab though, Barry.
You never saw it? Here's the funny thing, because so he hit me up to do the challenge, right? And so he was trying to figure out like, how we're gonna do this. And I told him, I was like, well, actually it works out because somebody recently, like a couple days prior, commented, said I should do a paint battle against Pokemon card art. I was like, I can respond to their comment and calling you out, like, and I already know you're going to answer because we're doing this like behind the scenes and everybody. And so I called him out, did the video of the blindfolded paint contest, and everybody is in my comment section. It's like I wonder if he's gonna do it. It's like, and I already know, like, yeah, he's going to do it, but I can't spoil the secret. So I was like, I don't know, we'll see. It's just a little cool behind the scenes of how that went down.
Well, now we know.
Now it's out.
For me, that recent Pokemon convention where I had my own table and I was telling all my Pokemon prints, just the kids and adults, whatever, just constant compliments on the art, and then people asking for autographs on the artwork, and then wanting to take pictures with me because I'm the artist. So it's very flattering having to like walk in front of the table and pose with the kids, and pose with the artwork, and it's a cool feeling. So that was a highlight of my art
It's
career.
validating.
Yeah.
That's
People
the best feeling.
These other kids wanted to take selfies with me, like, oh, in case you become famous, like, let's get some pictures together.
You are already famous though. Do you see your follower count on TikTok, sir?
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Bruh.
Let's not get into the fakeness of that. We know how the algorithm works.
We'll talk about that on a later video.
But like, kind of going off of what you guys are saying, is that what I find is absolutely mind-blowing is the amount of support we get online by people who we have never even met. Like, does that sometimes just blow your mind? Like, people that are complete strangers or that you just met online are like some of the most supportive people of like art and just like us in general. And I think that's like the coolest part of the community. Like, it's
my painted card, that video went viral. It had like 300,000 views because I posted a card painting, and then I had a troll respond, "Oh, this is shit. You should quit." So I did a video response to that comment, painting another card. And I'm like, and I spoke over the painting. I'm like, I have this negative comment. Do you guys think I should give up? And then just they went viral. Like the flood of positivity, it was insane. I couldn't even keep up with it. Like responding to everyone, it was funny.
There's a lot of
I was just gonna say, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna run. I'll be right back.
Okay. What are you saying, Barry?
Oh no, I was agreeing with you. Yeah, there's a lot of positive comments on TikTok, and I don't deal with too much negative stuff, especially with my challenge videos. Like sometimes those cards turn out horrible, and I still get good comments saying, "Oh, that turned out great." It's like, you think? It's like I painted it with a piece of popcorn. I mean, I tried my best.
I think that's good for your art brain, man, because you're pushing yourself, and it's not easy painting with the stuff you paint with. So
I think
you're testing and you're building that endurance in your brain to like push through stuff in art. So it's good.
And I love the like uniqueness it brings to my page.
Yeah, it's definitely niche for sure.
I don't know if I ever told y'all the story of why I started doing the challenge videos.
I think I saw it on a podcast, right? Didn't you answer that recently?
Yeah. So I'll tell it on here for anybody who hasn't. So here's the story of how I started doing the challenges. I live in South Louisiana. We deal with a lot of hurricanes, and last year we had 2 come in our area. We was out without electricity for like over a week for both hurricanes. And during that time, I couldn't paint because I didn't have electricity for the lights to shine down to when I was painting. And somebody just said paint a card blindfolded. So I was like, well, I don't have lights for the video anyway, so let's just paint it blindfolded. And you can see in that video that I have like a flashlight shining on me just to light up the room. And I painted the card blindfolded, and it was like my biggest video that I've done at that point so far, and it just evolved from there.
Mm.
So now you know.
It's crazy how stuff happens though. Like how life just brings you things.
But this was a lot of fun. I mean, we did talk about a lot of stuff. I don't think we have any more chats. How about we just end it on we just have one piece of advice we want to give to any new artists, just one piece, and we'll go through each and we'll end it on that. I'll start off by saying, I'll just kind of highlight on what I said earlier. You don't have to have the most expensive things to do art. Go down to Walmart, get you a bottle of 50-cent paint and paint something. Get you a pencil and paper, draw something. If you want to do art, there you go. You don't have to have the most expensive tools to do it.
All right, I'll go next. My advice would be stop guessing when you're drawing. So growing up in class, if I'm drawing, I would like guess what a tree looks like. What does a bike look like? And just try to draw from my imagination. But I don't have photographic memory, so it looked like crap. My advice is draw from nature, draw from photo reference. Actually look at the form, look at the shadow, and look how light hits things, and that goes back to the fundamentals. But use references. Stop guessing when you draw. Try to actually figure out what these things look like. It'll build up your skill level.
Cool.
I'll go next.
Yeah, go.
No, I would just say, just keep pushing. Even if it sucks, just keep making art. Even if it sucks to you, just keep making art, because it probably doesn't suck to other people. And get comfy with your uncomfy. Just try different stuff. Have fun. If you're not having fun, take a break. Art doesn't have to talk to you all the time, but do it when it's fun, and you will create awesome stuff. So yeah.
Cool.
Definitely. And like also, I guess my advice would be try different things and try different styles and different mediums, because one thing that you might try may not be your thing. You either might not enjoy it, or it may not like suit like your sort of abilities at that moment, and that's totally cool. Try different things, find something that you fall in love with, that even if you like just for that moment, something that you can stand back at maybe after practicing a lot and be like, hey, this is like my thing, and own it. Own your art, whether it's your first piece or your millionth piece. Own it, because it's awesome in its own way.
Awesome. And again, I want to thank everybody for joining in today and watching us, and hopefully you got something out of here. We'll definitely be doing some more of these with different feature different artists, so have more of an insight.
What? I won't be on the next one?
We'll see, Manny. We'll see.
How could you?
But again, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you ring the bell. And we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Toodaloo.
Okay, it's ended.
Okay.